I was making six figures a year, working remote whenever I wanted to, and I threw all that away to make around 30 to 40,000 this year as a personal trainer. Let me explain my situation. So every single day of my life felt the exact same. I'd wake up, hit snooze about 3 to 4 times, brush my teeth, then go hit the gym. And that was probably the best part of my day. I'd rush home to get a head start on work, get a bunch of my tasks done for the day. Then I'd head right into my morning meeting. I'd say my 15, 20-minute piece. When that meeting ended, it was nothing but mindless work for just about the rest of the day. So I would be in robot mode, just answering emails, doing repetitive tasks I've done for the past year. And that was pretty much my day. By lunchtime, I've already finished most of my daily tasks I needed to do, but I still have about like 1 or 2 big things I pushed off for the afternoon, which I should be able to get done fairly easily. So after lunch, I'm getting back to work. Then out of nowhere, I realize that I'm on my phone. I'm on Instagram, just scrolling through TikTok, looking at pointless content, just getting little small dopamine hits. And then I realized that about 30, 40 minutes went by. And then after all that scrolling, I go back to my work and I'm just exhausted for no good reason at all. And it's just from my brain getting those little dopamine hits, trying to process all the information from the reels that I'm watching. Our brains weren't meant to do that. And I am just dead for the rest of the day. So I attempt to finish those 1 or 2 projects that I was working on. But then I get sidetracked again. I might even find myself on Instagram another time and another 30 minutes go by. And I have no idea how that happened. This is just how addictive these things are. And when I'd finally get it all together, I'd try and finish those 2 projects. But because I've waited for so long, or I've been halfway working and trying to put some videos on in the background and telling myself that I am doing the deep work, I really wasn't. I'm ending up working later than I want to. So I don't finish work until later at night. And by the time that I'm done, I feel absolutely drained. So what do? I eat dinner, eat fairly healthy. And then I would just be so tired that I would just veg out on the couch. Do absolutely nothing. Probably sit on my phone, do the exact same thing that I was doing before. Maybe have a beer or 3 or 5. Every now and then I'd look at myself in the mirror when I was on my way to go take a piss or whatever I'm doing. And I'd really just ask myself, is this what I was meant to be doing? Like, is sitting behind a desk, acting mindless the entire day, answering emails completely in robot mode, not really thinking, just reacting, is this what I was meant to do? I'm not helping out anybody. I'm not making the world a better place. The only thing that I'm helping is my company make more money, which is, I guess, in a way good. Help make me money. But I'm not fulfilled at all. I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not helping the human race for the better. Yeah, money was good. I was saving the money. I ended up buying a house. I was pretty well financially, and I invested pretty heavily. Sometimes into some incredibly stupid stuff, but I was investing my money, and I wasn't out spending it on a bunch of random stuff and putting myself into debt. And I looked at it as a tool to get me into retirement early, to get me out of this freaking prison hell, whatever you call it. Yeah, I know that's kind of nuts. I'm calling making 6 figures a prison or hell, but that's truly what it felt like for a little bit. And you'd say that I'm over exaggerating, but I was told that making 6 figures in an office job was one of the best things I could ask for. And here I am complaining about that. So this was an idea that I've almost completely shut off for years. And these thoughts kept on coming in more and more. And this is what some of our parents, some of the education systems that we're in, that's what they tell us to do. And that this is what we should be striving for. And if making 6 figures in an office job that I really don't like too much is the pinnacle of success, I don't want to be successful at all. Now, obviously, I know that's not success. And then one day I had this reflection, and I'm not really sure where I heard this, if it was in a video or a book that I was reading, but it was, if you die today, would you be happy with how your life has played out so far? And my answer was 100% no. I didn't like what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything positive to the world. And that's what made me realize that we're all going to die, as depressing as that sounds. We're all going to die. So why not have a good life while we're here? Why not help others while we're here? And that's how I came across personal training. So why personal training? I was good at one thing, which was going to the gym very consistently. I know in this lighting, I don't look, and this camera angle right now, for some reason my arm's looking tiny, but trust me, I have a slightly above average physique. Nothing too crazy or anything. I've always been fairly consistent, and it was something that I've always researched quite a bit. I've had my back issues in the past. I've had surgery on my back, so I got really in depth into understanding each movement and how it affects my back, and understanding different muscle groups as well. So I dug into a deep rabbit hole for quite a while. I've noticed that I keep on going back to the gym, not really for the physical side of things, but more for the mental and positive mindset that I get from going to the gym. And I wanted to be able to take that and give that to someone else that's not in that routine, or that's maybe not as good or consistent. So you might have thought that I just committed to it and studied for the test and passed, but that's not really how it went. It actually took me a while and a lot of back and forth to fully decide that I was going to take this or study for this test and then take it. It was at this point I started watching a lot more self-improvement content, and my beliefs about how I had control of my life started to change. Eventually, with just a couple of months left, I decided to start studying, and at that point I had to really lock down. I made the commitment to myself that every single day after work, I was heading over to the library to go and study for this exam. I was going to pass it at whatever cost it took to get me out of my current situation. I ended up passing the test, and I planned on telling my company. I was giving them a very long notice. And the funniest thing is that about 2 weeks before I put in my notice, I got an award for outstanding performance at work. And at that point, those last few months or so, like, I was hardly doing anything. Like, I mean, I was doing a bare minimum. I was doing all my work. I was getting it all done. But I didn't deserve that award. Not at all. I mean, I was leaving the company. I knew what I was doing. And it just made me think, if I could still produce at that level, there's got to be others that are just like probably not fully there mentally as well. So I got a job at a local gym, and it's been the best decision of my life ever since. I truly wake up and I'm excited to see my clients progress. Understanding what their issues are, whether that's personal or even if it's just in the gym, I love helping them out. It's truly something that I enjoy to the bottom of my heart, and helping someone else achieve their goals is the most fulfilling thing that I can do. Now, it's not just that easy. It wasn't easy. It is a grind. Like, you had to put in a lot of efforts. There's a sales side aspect to it, but the energy I would get from seeing my clients succeed, reach their goal. Like, I have some clients right now that they weren't even able to stand up out of a chair without grabbing onto handlebars, and seeing them be able to do that, or just even squat about 20 pounds now and go into a lunge, is the best feeling in the world. That's what keeps me going, and I absolutely love what I do. It is the best job and the best decision I could have ever made. Now, do I think that I'm going to be here for the rest of my life? I have absolutely no idea. I could completely change my mind tomorrow and pursue something else. But what I do know is that this is single-handedly the best decision of my life. I highly recommend to anyone else that is contemplating on going into personal training to at least try it out. And I'm trying to lead by example by going to the gym daily, by working out, by eating healthy. You can call me dumb, but I can feel my testosterone increasing. I am awake. I'm energized to tackle it every single day. And I'm really liking my life. I'm loving where it's headed. Now, am I always going to feel this? No, I do not expect it. But I can say that taking a hit financially right now is 100% worth it. Going after something that you truly care about is something that you should 100% do. I feel empowered. I feel that I now have control of where my life ends up. So if you're stuck at a point in your life where you don't really know where you're going, but you know that the path that you're currently going on is not the right one, I want you to ask yourself one question. If you were to die tomorrow, would you be happy with how your life turned out? Peace off.